الرحمن الرحيم. I am Dr. Wafaa Osman, Head of Mental Health Nursing Department, Faculty of Nursing, Helwan University, Cairo, Egypt. It is my great pleasure to be with you in this scientific event among the scientists of the next generation in workshops entitled Improvement of Research Skills of Students and Youth Researchers during the pandemic. I thank for organizing a committee and their generous invitation to me, especially President of the workshops, Dr. Iman Allam, Vice President, Biosciences Research Support Foundation, also to Prof. Dr. Okolai, President, Biosciences Research Foundations of Research. Also, I'd like to say that education is a basic and comprehensive tool for achieving comprehensive development all over the world. The era in which we live now is an era of education and technology, so creativity in education must be existed in order to keep up with the development in these days in which we live, which depend on what people produce in culture, science, and technology. In order to be able to cope with any pandemic, education and health must be a harmonious symphony. Now, I will share my presentations with you about digital Maslow need for education and digital education with the learning process. Outline: explain meaning of digital Maslow need for education, discuss learning process and its theories, identify digital addiction and its treatments. Introduction. In 1943, Abraham Maslow came up with a theory on hierarchy of needs for human, arguing that at the most basic need, at the bottom of the pyramid, are satisfied, people develop higher needs and desires further up the pyramid. Today, in the internet era, right at the start of social revolution, the pyramid showing the hierarchy of need is still valid. New needs simply have to be transferred to the pyramid. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a motivational theory in psychology comprising a 5-tier model of human need, often depicted as hierarchy levels within a pyramid. Needs lower down in the hierarchy must be satisfied before individual can attend to needs higher up. From the bottom of the hierarchy upwards, the needs are psychological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. As we see this figure, Maslow's hierarchy of needs that beginning from the bottom of the pyramid, that started with physiological needs as air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction. In the second level of motivation for this hierarchy, safety need as personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. Third level of motivation, we see love and belonging like friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. In the fourth level of this pyramid, esteem. Self-esteem is very important for everyone. That is presented in respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. Last one of the pyramid levels, self-actualization, that represented in desire to become the most that one can be. And nowadays, Maslow pyramid in the internet era, that is categorized in 5 levels. Started with physiological access to digital device like computer and network, Second level, safety, security, communicate and connection, belonging and collaboration, contribute. Fourth level, esteem in the challenging. And last one, self-actualization, like creativity. We will talk about these 5 pyramid levels in details. Physiological needs, that means that physiological needs start with the need for a computer and an internet connection. Second level, safety needs, have to do with how far a person trusted the new media. It involves feeling safe with what you do and being sure that using the internet is not dangerous. It means overcoming your fear of the unknown. Third level of the pyramid, represented in social need, are connected to the way we start to look for people we know. When we first start surfing the web, we seek out family members and friends and look at how they present themselves and where. This is how the first social networks are created, coinciding with offline social network. Fourth level of the pyramid, self-esteem, starts with the beginning of totally new relationships. When you discover that there are people with interests similar to your own, you start to write to others and they write back. You write about each other, you link to people and they link to you. Last one of the Maslow hierarchy for education, self-actualization. Needs correspond to the explosive phase of creativity. What you do is creative. It is new. The community acknowledge this and your creativity increase. Come now and we will discuss about the national education technology standards for students that represented in the different items like creativity and innovation, communication and collaboration, research and information fluency, critical thinking, problem solving and decision making, digital citizenship, last one, technology, operation and concepts. First one, creativity and innovation. What is meaning? A student demonstrate creative thinking, constructed knowledge, and develop innovation, products and process using technology. Technology plays an important role in the learning process. With the help of technology, a student can reach a higher level of learning and understanding. In the classroom environment, the technology will help the student expand the knowledge and abilities that they already have by creating original works and applying existing knowledge. Second one of the international standard for student education, communication and collaboration. Students use digital media and environments to communicate and work together, including a distance, to support individual learning and contribute to the learning of others. One of these digital media are laptops with that we have internet, which we can communicate with others and conduct research. This is important for the students because they are going to have everything within their reach. In the classroom, students are given a better opportunity for learning. With this, they can't complain about not having any help, for the digital media will take care of that. Fourth one of items, research and information fluency. Students apply digital tools to gather, evaluate, and use information. Also, in this topic, the computer and smart board are examples that can be used to gather information and observe what is being presented to them. This helps us in our action research and investigation. This makes it more easier for students to access and find information that they need. Number 5, critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Students use critical thinking skills to plan and conduct research. Many projects solve problems and make informed decisions using appropriate digital tools and resources. This challenging the cognitive parts of students. They must learn to think on their own and use critical thinking in order to majority of their assignments. The teacher will be able to apply more strategies, problem, and be given a greater difficulty level of task for a student to solve. Number 6, digital citizenship. Students understand human culture and societal issues related to technology and practice legal and ethical behavior. In this concept, students and technology are one. In order to understand our advanced and evolving world, we have to first dominate the use and understanding of technology. This is a major step in overcoming the issue of diversity that we will encounter. Not every student has the same ability in technology as others, but this will ensure us that each student understands what they are doing and working with. Item number 7, technology, operations and concepts. Students demonstrate a sound understanding of technology concepts, systems, and operations. The teachers are the facilitator in this process. The teacher needs to prepare themselves in order to teach and demonstrate it to the student. This is a learning process for both teacher and student. They will both learn from their mistakes. This will make the learning within the classroom more interesting and exciting for both the teacher and student. Now we will discuss about the learning process itself. What is meaning of learning is a process that involves change in behavior resulting from experience. Learning, being the core of the teaching learning process, has to be well understood by a teacher. There is some of the learning theories that is help us in the ways and methods of learning. That is theory discuss about what is the best way we can use to learn the student and teach in the best way. I chosen some of them to discuss because there is several theories about the learning theory. First one, the theory of social theory, that is meaning people learn through observing other behaviors, attitude, and outcomes of this behavior. Second one, theory of multiple intelligence, that is meaning we can use the different type of intelligence to help in learning way, and it is the one of the methods helping for best education and learning for students. Third one of theory neuroscience. Neuroscience, it is the types of theory that studying the ways of learning by the connection between learning way and nervous system and the anatomy of brain and the relation between function of neurotransmitters. So it is studying for what is the best way affected in positive way on the brain anatomy and function of the neurotransmitter and the factor affecting function of neurotransmitter, like if you under stress the neurotransmitter will be changed or no. Yes, under stress neurotransmitters may be changing and disturbance in the function. So this theory studied how we can adapt neurotransmitters and factors that help in best studying. Other theory called learning from experience. This way help other or person or individual how learn from them experience. Like you engage in trial. This trial may be failed or may be success. The outcomes of this trial, it is experience for you, and you can learn from this experience because you gain new skills or new experience in your life. Other theory called classical conditioning, that is designed by Maslow. He puts the relation between the stimulus and the conditional, and he apply his trial on the dog. When he come with the food for the dog, when the dog smells this food, the saliva will be secreted before the eating. With the time, the theorists begin to run the bell before introduce the food for the dog. When the dog then after that give the dog the food. With the time, when the Pavlov ran the bell without introduce the food to the dog, the saliva was secreted. The outcomes of this theory too help us have facilitate the ways of learning for students. To give us outcomes, that's meaning student plus learning, give outcomes for three dominant of learning that is represented in gain knowledge, gain practical skills, plus the attitude that will be dependent on the ways of learning. Now we discuss about learning style. Teaching and learning are psychological process. The teacher who adeptly understands this process will be in a better position to select and use the methods and techniques that will promote effective learning. Each one of us having three styles of learning: visual learning style, auditory learning style, kinesthetic learning style. But there is the difference between each one. Use the percentage from ways or style to another. So it is important the teacher know what is the more effective methods, use the more than of this style to help the learner gain more information, help them to apply in the best way and gain other skills. Hierarchy of need in education. The most important goal in education is to learn, followed by developing an understanding of the material to retain it and apply it in life. In order to do this, the students need to be motivated enough to work hard to achieve this goal. Without motivation to learn, it is unlikely that the education will succeed to the extent that it is intended. In order to maximize the motivational desire, the educators need to attend to the needs of the student. By understanding Maslow's hierarchy of needs, teachers can work toward realizing the basic needs that develop the foundation for. Now, after we explain the Maslow needs of education, we will go to the important point, that is digital addiction. First, what is the meaning of addiction? Addiction is the continued repetition of behavior despite adverse consequences leading to such behavior. Digital addiction, called problematic internet use, PIU, refer to the use of digital devices such as smartphone in a way that is excessive and compulsive. That use interfere with daily life. We understand what is the problem that addiction for digital may be caused. It is causes interfere with daily life. That is, we should be stop and underline red line because it is problem. Digital addiction also is a persistent and recurrent maladaptive behavior, excessive internet use, leading to clinically significant impairment or distress. Now we discuss types of technology addiction. Technology addiction or digital addiction has different types of addictions. That beginning with play online games presented in 59.9%. Second type of technology addiction, social network, represented in 12.1%. Third one, which videos and download music, represented in 8.1%. Study and work by 6.7%. Browsing 5.2%. Communications and other 4.5%. Also, there is different questionnaire or scales that we can use to determine the level of internet addiction. As you see, this certain type of this questionnaire you can use to check the level of addiction, like Young's Diagnostic Questionnaire. Second questionnaire called Goldenberg Internet Addiction Disorder. Third one, Berner's Internet Related Addiction Behavior Inventory. Last one, Marhan, Martin, and Chemical Pathological Internet Use. Causes of digital addiction. Digital addiction that vary by age, gender, and of course personality. This include different factors or causes for addiction, like social causes, personality traits, environmental factors. First one, social causes is some people become addicted to the internet because of the social connections they make online. Some online relationship activity can be useful and healthy, and many people utilize forums for advice or chats for relaxation. When a person has many closed online friends and no one to count home to the real world problems can develop. Other causes like personality traits. Individuals who tend to keep to themselves and shy away from social contact with others tend to find the online and technological environment more effective. These individuals are more attracted to technology addiction because they tend to use technology on an ongoing basis to fulfill their social needs. Third causes of digital addiction, environmental factors. People who experience a high level of stress in their daily environment, at work or school, are more attracted to technology devices. They utilize technological devices to relieve stress and distract them from their current situation. What are effective of the digital addiction? In the fact, digital addiction has the different negative effects on the individual. That is vary from psychological, physical, societal, or economic. We will mention each one. Psychological negative effect of addiction like narcissism. It is certain type of personality disturbance. What else for psychological disturbance? Low self-confidence and self-esteem. Poor concentration like attention deficit hyperactive disorder ADHD, and atrophy of critical thinking, mood swinging, anxiety and depression, stress. What about the negative effect of addiction in the physical condition? We maybe observe sleep disturbance, accident caused by distracted driving, cycling and walking. The effect of sedentary digital addiction lifestyle like obesity and diabetes. Societal effect like relationships problem, impaired childhood socializations and the learning of language, decline in quality and civility of the public disclosure, productivity in the economic factors affected like productivity costs, opportunity costs, treatment costs. Is there treatment for digital addiction? Yes. Like from the treatment of digital addiction, limit your computer time. You can control and schedule your time and put certain limited time for the digital technology use, and other time you scheduling for daily from day to day or weekly to limit your time in front of the computer. What else? Don't eat meals in front of your computer. Also delete accounts that you really don't need anymore. We may find a certain person, he make more the account for himself, several number of accounts that is needed for work, another one for friends, another one, and so on. So it is very important to delete accounts that you really don't need. What else? Catch up your friends and take a walk. It is from simple exercise and it is make you more communicated with the other face to face. Other types of treatment or steps: limit social media use, that is connected with limit your computer time. Create projects for yourself. Get a hobby or an interest that doesn't involving the internet. Conclusion: students can write, illustrate, publish, program, and create models movies, music, stories, poetry, and art using computers. A student can access library, database, information centers, bulletin, portal, and other around the world in the healthy way. By this conclusion, we arrived to the end of this lecture, and thank you. Goodbye.